I have lost my heart, somewhere in the shadows of the majestic Caucasus mountains, tangled in the wild meadows and the ancient, unyielding spirit of the Svaneti region, in the villages, in the babbling brooks, in the company of people whose lives and traditions are as old as the stone beneath their feet. Let's go find it, shall we? After 3 vibrant days in Istanbul, I landed in Kutaisi, a charming city in western Georgia perched on the banks of River Rioni.
It's 4 a.m. right now. I'm so sleepy.
Once through, I settled the essentials, set up my eSIM, exchanged my money into the local currency lari. The rates at the airport were surprisingly good. By 6 a.m., I was on the first bus from the airport into the city. Kutaisi is a charm, laid back, pretty, and draped in history. It is the starting point for day trips to the many canyons in this area. I spent the day wandering past vintage facades and vibrant street art, refueling on incredibly fresh local food. The river gurgled melodiously. I was instantly drawn to the music in the air and the culture in its soul.
So, this is my stay for tonight. A very basic, simple room. There's an attached toilet over here. This is just the toilet. The shower is across the corridor, it is shared. So, yeah, this is where we are staying tonight.
The next morning, I started my much awaited journey towards Mestia in northwest Georgia. Situated in picturesque Svaneti region along the border of Georgia and Russia, Mestia sits idyllic overlooking the majestic Caucasus Mountains.
Excuse me, where can I get bus for Mestia? Mestia?
To me?
Bus. Mestia.
Mr. Tamam.
Straight? So there are mini vans to Mestia every day. My bus is at 10 and I'm here before 9.
The quickest way to reach Mestia from Tbilisi or Kutaisi is by air. Vanilla Sky runs few flights to the small Queen Tamar airport in Mestia. Flights tend to fill up early, so book your tickets well in advance. Also be aware, unpredictable mountain weather can disrupt flights anytime. Svaneti is possibly the most picturesque area of Georgia. This wonderland, dotted with snow-peaked mountains, valleys, glaciers, and wild rivers, was hard to reach for a very long time, thus remaining isolated for ages. The drive from Kutaisi to Mestia sees the landscape change from subtropical to subalpine, and then to an alpine wonderland of meadows and forest crisscrossed by babbling brooks. I reached Mestia late in the afternoon after a travel of 5.5 hours. Checked into a family run homestay. Beautiful, cozy, and budget friendly. I hogged on some kachapuri, round bread stuffed with cheese, and some hot homemade chicken soup. And don't forget to try Svaneti salt, a local seasoning spice made of salt, garlic, and wild mountain herbs and plants. An indigenous taste that holds the essence of Svaneti's wilderness.
Gamarzoba. Good morning from Mestia.
I started the next day with excitement, eager to explore. Svaneti is inhabited by the Swans, an ethnic group who have their own ancient unwritten language. Farming remains the main source of sustenance, while tourism is becoming increasingly popular.
My first stop for the day is the Svaneti Museum of History and Ethnography. Let's go.
The museum has an interesting collection of iconography, war equipments, old coins, jewelry, very ancient manuscripts, including some of the oldest dated Gospels. Swan villages situated in valleys between mountain ridges are surrounded by unique stone towers known as koshki. I headed out to explore one of these swan towers from up close.
This is off-peak season here, and it almost feels like I'm the only tourist here.
Bu Caucasus mountain goats.
Oh,
It's trophy. Oh, it's 2 rooms. It's 1 liter. 1 liter. You drink wine. Gamar joba. So it's photo.
this is heavy. Very heavy.
Получился, смотри.
These defensive towers, some even dating back to the 9th century, were built to protect the locals from external invaders as well as bitter intimate feuds between local clans. Families barricaded themselves inside their towers and took advantage of the tower's height to carry attacks against their rivals. I dared to climb to the top of the tower.
Trust me, I was very scared doing this.
The whole upper Svaneti region, with its medieval style villages and tower houses, is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Time to go down. Climbing up was easier, trust me. I'm scared. Let's close this. Phew. Let's go.
It's very good wine. It's my home.
Homemade.
Locals are very friendly and often welcome you with homemade wine and cha-cha.
It's living 25 people. My families. Grandfather, grandmother. It's this family. Sleeping in top cubes. It's here. Bye bye.
Okay.
No Svaneti, no Ushburitvar original.
The spirit of the Swans is a beautiful paradox, a blend of devout Christianity and ancient pagan echoes. They worship La Maria, a deity where the Mother Mary merges with an ancient goddess of fertility. The air was thick with the scent of dust and stories, and I was so glad to have immersed myself in this unique experience. I didn't have anything planned for the afternoon, so I decided to go on a hike. However, most of the hiking trails are still covered in deep snow in spring. Chaladi Glacier Trail is comparatively flatter and with lesser snow. I hired a taxi to drive me directly to the trail starting point, saving myself the extra 10-kilometer walk from the town center. The trail took me through lush pine forest and rocky moraine, offering breathtaking views. Chaladi Glacier graces the slopes of Mount Ushba, with a 6-kilometer long glacial tongue that feeds the Chaladi River, which later merges with the Mestia Chala River downstream. Unfortunately, by late afternoon, the weather started getting unpredictable. Rainier, foggier, and colder. it felt practical to return.
Mission aborted. Didn't look too safe. It looks so good.
I ended the day with local food, prepared with love, that felt like a warm embrace. Just what you would need after a long, cold day. It's day 3, and I had booked a day trip to Ushguli, Europe's highest permanently inhabited settlement. The morning welcomed a fresh bout of rain. A light mist lingered close to the earth, making everything dreamy and surreal. Ushguli is around 45 kilometers by road from Mestia and sits in the shadow of Georgia's highest peak, Mount Skara, which is 5,201 meters high. Locked in by the Caucasus mountains and cut off by the harsh winters for many months, Ushguli still retains its essence of a rustic medieval settlement. Just 5 kilometers away from Ushguli, we encountered a blockade due to a recent landslide. There were still loose rocks flying down, and to be honest, it felt a bit scary. Disappointed as I was, in my view, the sensible option was to drop the plan and return to Mestia. But majority trumped, and we decided to carry on. Our driver parked his car at a distance. We walked over the heaped rocks and debris and boarded another car our driver had managed to call from Ushguli. We spent the day enjoying the delightful hospitality of locals. In spite of the language barrier, communication, food, wine, and cha-cha flowed effortlessly.
Thank you.
We explored the village and local churches. I had never seen any place like Ushguli before. It's so raw, it seems as if it is frozen in time. My only regret was I came here in the off-season. The more I think of it, the more I'm convinced of returning in summer. Do you know, many people do multi-day treks from Mestia to Ushguli in summer. Let me tell you, I'm completely sold on this idea.
Let's go.
We started our return to Mestia in the afternoon. Horror awaited us.
Contact Eskimo! Go!
There had been more landslides since we left. There were more blockades and loose rocks continuously falling. It felt very, very scary, and I feared getting stranded.
Here's the tractor.
After a few hours, a God-sent tractor arrived and cleared up the blockades promptly. Oh, what a relief! We were finally on our way to Mestia. The weather had also cleared up. I spent my final evening watching Dead Day. A local movie set in Svaneti. Local production, local actors, local places and culture. Oh, what a beautiful ode to the way of life here. It gave a heartbeat to everything I had experienced in 3 days.
Hello, good morning. I'm on my way to Tbilisi now. It's hard saying goodbye to the mountains.
As I checked out the next morning, my host gifted me some Svaneti salt to take home. A packet full of Svaneti's flavors and memories, tucked in my palm. I'm grateful. Madloba Mestia. I think I will let you keep a part of my heart. Maybe it does belong here.